we all just work in one big room, and so they just had it like playing in the background like the whole time, and like people would like watch and make commentary, like even just like my hair, different bakes ideas, the fact that the
Hmm.
judges rotated, they couldn't get over that. They were like, "But wait, how do you know what to make if you don't know what the judge is?" And I'm like, welcome to my questions."
Are we ready to dive into finale, everybody?
Ba, ba, ba,
Let's
ba,
do
ba,
it.
bum.
Finale.
Woohoo!
All right, here
I
we
wonder
go.
what happens.
So every single time it's about to pop up, we see like the intro. It's like the oven. Like my partner Brandon goes, "Why is that the dirtiest shot of the oven they could
Yeah.
possibly get?"
It's so sad, but I think it makes it even better.
This is clutch. I forgot we filmed this. Like, I was like, wait, Mandy, did you like? Those are full tubs, aren't they?
Yeah, they were so heavy. And remember, like, by the end of filming these intros, we were all sweating, and then we hadn't
Yes.
even started baking yet. Like, okay, well, we just did a little workout, and now let's do the competition.
And then I think after we said that, I think it was like Michael Hetler, one of the film folks, was like, "Oh, we could have just had you carry empty tubs."
He was like, we have an extra one or something. We're like, are you serious?
That's hilarious.
That sucks. The previously on always gets me because first off, I love this intro. I just
This
want to
is
second
so
yes
It's
good.
and
so
that. The
good.
intro was like A plus. Oh, the dirty oven. There it is. Um, Staging this is great. Y'all's little smirks that y'all have when we do the round. There's Mandy. Ooh.
I felt ridiculous doing
Oh,
that.
I
I
was
mean, he's
told to do that.
Michael's slapping a
Working.
spatula.
I was told.
The storytelling of these three people here is very interesting to me. Mandy got third, second, first. Michael was consistently second or third, and but never Michael never. You really never faced elimination.
No.
And then Rich was kind of just like skating by, and then kind of like flipped the switch. So like there's these like interesting, I don't know,
Well,
dynamics with these
I
people.
remember too, like, I think it was a surprise to all of us that Rich went to the
Yes.
finale. It really, like, his episode five bake was solid.
Yeah.
And so I understood why the judges liked that. But Martin and I actually watched episode five together when it came out, and we were laughing so hard because if you do like a screen grab when it's like the three, like Ian, Spence, and Michael up for elimination, I'm in the background and I am so
Oh my
worried.
gosh.
Like, I am so
Yeah.
stressed.
She's
And we
like
were
this.
laughing so hard because I was just like, I couldn't believe that one of you was going, or only one of you was going through.
Watching to have a little drinking game. You're gonna hear this horn toot. This you see that they're holding these little, like things.
Oh,
That's gonna happen.
Oh my gosh.
I was so proud of us for this, Katie. Katie.
It's
The
so
best day.
funny.
But Michael, do you remember? I feel like that went on for like a solid 5 minutes.
I think it's still going on to this
Yeah.
day.
The bags were so funny. I found those at a Dollar Tree, and it said you'll love this, and I laughed like 10 minutes straight, going, "This is the bags I'm putting all these things in."
I am not sure why I held on to that bag. Like when I moved out
Did
of
you
my last
really?
apartment, I found it in the back of the closet, like just like folded up neatly. I was like, why did I keep that? That was traumatizing.
I think because also I knew that like going in, like my cake was like I knew it was just gonna squeak what I needed to get done. And the fact that there's like this whole other element, I was like, oh my God.
This one,
A meringue. And what's so funny is like like I literally like just I made like meringue because I would think I was gonna do a meringue whipped cream like for this for a period. So I was practicing meringue like the whole like 2 weeks before. Then I decided to pivot the last minute.
oh
Wow,
wow, I didn't know that.
that's
Yeah.
I don't
wild.
think we talked about that. That's
That's
crazy.
lucky for you.
It was.
Yeah.
But I thought making them, just giving them eggs to take the egg whites out of was going to take too long. So I gave them egg whites in a carton. And the egg whites in a carton was not, um, there was elements in that egg white carton that actually didn't work well for the meringue. It didn't make them perfect meringues. And I tested it and I thought it was good enough. So I was like, whatever.
If we were trying to make like a structural meringue would have been tough, but the fact that we just
Mm-mm.
had to like do something on top, I think it worked just fine for it.
Sorry, Martin's saying it right now. What exactly? This is my least favorite thing about all of Crowded Oven. It's having lasagna in finale. Martin Rodriguez is saying this right now. Martin Rodriguez made Crowded Oven because he wanted friends to bake things for him. And on the finale, the one he was the second most excited for, or most excited for behind pies, someone bakes a lasagna. He wanted 3 cakes.
But Mandy, how was it for you? Like after you saw that Rich was doing the lasagna, that you we were at least getting second place.
Honest, honestly, like I did think it was the fact that that gets redder is so funny. Like each frame is like redder and redder. Um, I thought it was a wild choice, but like I feel like I was so focused on what I was doing that I didn't really think about like, oh, okay, now I'm definitely at least second. I was just trying to get through everything I needed to. But that's like going to what I was saying a second ago. That's why you hear those like little horn toots like throughout, and it's like I think y'all were trying to cut the tension because Michael and I were like through the roof
Oh,
focused,
you were so
stressed,
stressed.
and we took this so serious, and then Rich is just making a lasagna,
Lasagna?
and it's like the contrast there was so absurd. And then like Martin and Katie are just trying to do their host thing and like keep it fun, and Michael and I are not having it.
No, not at all.
No, nobody even wanted to respond to us sometimes. I
Yes,
remember like sometimes
Yes.
going up to Michael, asking him questions, and he would just not respond. And I was like, oh, okay. Y'all were so stressed. I don't want to talk to Rich because I was like so annoyed that he was baking a fucking lasagna.
We
That poor cake,
this
Michael.
past
I wanted to eat it, and you didn't want me to touch any of it. I was like, "Can I have some of it?" And you're like, "No, I might use it later." And you kept it in your corner.
Martin, I'm sorry for everything I said and did while I was baking on this day. I
No,
feel
I
like
love the moment where you're like screaming about the cakes on the floor. That
there
kills
are
me.
cakes on the floor.
So good.
Rich technically wasn't breaking a rule when he submitted that lasagna, and I think that's kind of what irritated me. Is I was like, "Man, I made these rules so open ended. Like like me, Katie, and Matt really couldn't do anything about it." And we were just like, well, if that's what he wants to do, that's what he's gonna do.
Like he like used packaged pasta. At least like
Yes.
Ian
And it's
had to like
finale.
cook the meat and like make that tasty. I think he used canned tomato.
I think Spence makes that argument like later in the judging, and I was like, yes, yes, sir. It was like that was my feeling too. Like if he made the noodles from scratch, I could see it. I could be like, okay, there's
You
a
did
technique here.
something.
Yeah.
You two were so mad in this moment because look at how perfect those look. You two were
Yeah.
very upset.
I remember that. I
Look at
do.
my flat ones on top of the oven. They were literally like just like flat discs, and I made them
Let me see.
twice. And
Yeah,
you see them? They're just little
Mandy's
flat,
and Mandy's.
the green ones. And I was like, I made them twice, and they didn't work either
Oh.
time.
And his are perfect.
That's a great pipe. I wish that like I could not care as like that. Like that's actually something in my life I have always wished I could do is like go into a situation like this and then not care and just like have a good time. But I'm like, I like to do a good job. I really like to do a good job.
Yeah. I mean, that's evident in my journey in this episode, too. I was like, literally, I thought it would be more dramatic. It felt so dramatic.
Yeah.
When it was being filmed, but when I'm like leveling my cake, and I think it was like Brandon was like right there at my eye level at my table filming that, and I remember having like tears streaming down, and I was like, this shot is going to be so absurd. And then I watched it back and I was like, I just look like a little mad. It doesn't look like I'm sobbing. Like but I was like, yeah, it was ridiculous to cry over it, but it was just because, like you said, we care. Like
Yeah.
we're the kind of people that we got so intense about it because it was fun and we were invested and we were like, we want to do well and we practiced. And then at the end of the day, you're like, no, it's not the most important thing in life, and it's not gonna change the trajectory of where I go or what I accomplish. But in that moment, it felt really heightened.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think by finale, I was probably doing 3 or 4 practices per episode. Like in like the last, like maybe episode 4 or episode 3, 5, and 6. I don't know.
I think I did also three because I tried like three different ways of doing it. And I think there was like a world where I was going to do a lemon blueberry situation that didn't work out. I think I made that one. Um, but one thing was funny is like by the time I got to like finale, I was like, I know that I can't just time test bakes. I have to figure out how to give the food away. So I would try
Yeah.
like time it to be like we're going to an event. I'm gonna bring a cake or like here's going. And
Yeah,
Nick,
Natalie said you brought this one to it,
yes,
didn't you?
that's
Yeah,
what I
you
was
brought it
gonna
to
say.
one of her. Yeah.
And they couldn't tell, and like Nick was so sly because like he wouldn't tell me, he didn't tell me yet he was gonna be a judge, and so it was like here you
Oh
go.
yeah.
And later I found out he like was like I cannot eat this cake, I cannot look at this cake, and so like
Wow.
Oh, good
and
for
so
him.
oh, Mandy, I'm just so proud of you. Like every time like I watch these, I'm just like, you just like you took something that really just like you would identify as not being good at and just said like, what can I do? How can I dive in? Like I just like it's just so cool like watching you like do this like as you came through. Look at that tool.
I know. I think that's also thank you. That was incredibly kind. I honestly it was because I was so inspired by you and Spence throughout and like seeing what y'all were bringing to the table and I realized how creative and calming baking was for me and so like that was also part of why I dove in. But yeah, I also it was expensive because I had to acquire a bunch of baking tools because I didn't bake before this. So that was more just like my lack of kitchen supplies than was put upon me.
Sorry, I know it's the random me singing
What fever dream did we
because
Where did
Katie
they
says
even
it
get
ain't
that
over till
image?
Martin sings. Yeah.
But but Alexander, where did you even get that image? What aren't you telling us?
Mandy, do you remember why they were? I do, but do you remember why they were?
Yeah, because your fridge is weird and like it was just a bunch of condensation. Was it because of like how much was in there and how much it was opening or just like it's always
How
like
hot it was.
how hot it was? Yeah, so they were baked, but when they came out of the freezer from cooling, they felt wet to me and I thought they were raw.
But it was just dripping because it was the steam was making the ice maker drop water on it. That was a reshoot.
What?
Alexander is a superstar, man.
Well done. I mean, Martin, you only
Yeah.
have like three shirts, so it was really easy to tell.
I've worn this shirt for every Crowded Oven
Shut
commentary.
up.
Yeah,
It's like,
Just in case you need reshoots.
yeah. How was this last dash of spice for you? These judges that were previous competitors. None of y'all knew that was going to happen. So
No, that was really nice.
I felt like it was kind of this moment of, oh my gosh, people know what they're doing. When like they come in and judge, it was like, oh, and even though they didn't know whose was whose, is also was just really fun to be like we had to celebrate with them. So I just
yeah,
love that they were a part of it.
Also, are Michael and Nick wearing the same shirt?
yeah. Michael, the
Oh,
layering of the cookie dough,
Oh, thanks
it was
y'all.
so good.
Y'all,
and the cookie dough cream. Yeah,
if I got anything from this competition, it's two things. It's that whipped cream recipe that I will take to my grave. And it is like I have made it so many times for so many people, and it is like always a winner. And two, that edible cookie dough. Y'all, and I'll tell you that secret. Greek yogurt. Like when it says to put
Wow.
in milk, actually put in Greek yogurt. It adds a nice thickness to it.
Wow.
Dang.
yeah. I
You heard it
mean,
here first, guys.
I
sorry.
also like when we cut to this the commentary and we just look so exhausted.
We're
Oh
so
yeah,
tired.
y'all are done.
Yeah, y'all look beat.
plus carrying tubs. So we already went to the gym and did
Yeah,
like a whole like upper body workout.
I think because his pizza was so received so well, I think he kind of like wanted to build on that and like reuse the bolognese. Or like he said something about having a bolognese sauce that he was really proud of. So I think like that's kind of where his brain was. At least I remember him
But
talking about it during that time.
but here's the thing: the thing that got him here was his experimentation with flavors. Every
Mm.
all of his bakes were all very ex flavor experimenty, and I
Well,
think
but
that's
I
what
feel
got
like
him here.
that. Well, I feel like that's actually maybe what got him cut in the first place because people were felt like he was doing too much, and then what got him into
Mm.
the finale. I don't remember his cookie, but what got him in the finale was the simplicity, like sticking to simple flavors but doing them really well.
Mm.
Yeah, and
Did you
not to
see
say
that
that.
cut?
That was a great
Yeah,
That
cut. This is a
that
beautiful cross
slice of
section.
cake.
That's a forking wedding cake, Mandy. That's a beautiful
yeah.
cake.
It was
Mandy
gorgeous.
Mandy made this for my birthday that year. I think I asked her
Yeah,
to
but
make
I
it for
think
my
I only
birthday.
did. I think I only did one layer. Like,
Absolutely, yeah.
yeah, it wasn't as cute, but it still tasted great.
I really want to learn like from your appearance. Like it's like like the way you're like you have a concept and you kind of like go, I want it to look like this, and then you go, how can I go in? You know what I mean? And I think I go out. Like I'm like, I want it to taste like this, and I want it to do that. And
Interesting. Yeah, I
I'd
see
love to
that.
I'd love to borrow your brain because I think it's so cool the way you're able to like make it all like together.
Oh,
Can we talk about
thanks.
that though a little bit though? Because Michael, I do think that both of you kind of learn from each other and use that to make your cakes kind of as excellent as they were. Like Michael, this was probably one of your best presented like overall concepts. Um,
Hmm.
I'm trying to get a still of it. Yeah, like I know it looks. I mean, I think that looks fun. Like to me, that's a
Hmm.
fun
It
look.
looks like a giant cookie sandwich.
Yeah,
Yes,
Yeah.
which I
exactly.
love. Like I would if I saw that in a bake shop, I'd be like, hell yeah. Which I think you did. You did a little more every time, but this to me, I was like, way to go, Michael. I was like, way
Yeah.
to go to like do that. I think that's something you might have looked seeing Mandy excel at. And I think Mandy kind of like the preciseness of what Michael was very precise throughout a lot, like every episode. And so you brought that to what you did for your cake, that preciseness of the leveling, of the stacking, of the cream in the middle, having that sort of like a strong flavors with that with those things that Michael had with like his cheesecake and with like his tiramisu. So
Michael
there
was
was
like, I have to bring the
I
presentation, and
did.
Mandy's like, I have to bring the like unique flavors.
Hmm.
yeah,
And
and
it made
precise.
for a great battle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
it really
that's
did.
a really great point. And I also like I feel like going into this, I didn't like yes, you want it to be good and you want to like do a good job, but I didn't really care if like Michael or I won because like we put so much into it and like at the time too we were doing like little weekly coffee dates. We lived like right around the corner and we didn't talk about like we didn't share what bakes we were doing, but we did talk a lot about like what the dash of spice might be or
Yes.
like ideating different things. And so like I think there was this shared passion and drive and like we did like push each other, which was really cool.
I agree. No, Mandy, I really like cherish like that time. I really think I would have like cracked even more than I did, like if it wasn't for you, because I just felt like it was so nice to get to talk to someone who understood what the torture Martin and Katie were putting us through, and to just like remember
And Matt.
And Matt was
and
behind the scenes
Matt in
torture.
the
We were
background.
just we were presenting some of the torture that Matt thought of, by the way.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
He just comes in to break ties.
Fun fact, and I kept them, but I was actually supposed to give you flowers and each a bag of flour. So you could have flowers. So I had many bags of flour, but I
Oh
left them
my
at the table.
gosh.
Let's just cut to the chase. We know Rich isn't winning. Um, do do either of you feel like you are winning over the other in this moment? Do you remember?
I don't think I have the self-confidence to think that I would be winning in this moment. I think it's like, no, I'm joking, but it's like, I really didn't know. Like, I think like it was something where I felt, and the thing with Mandy was saying, like, I felt really justified, like either way. Like, I was really
Hmm.
happy with like what I did, and I was like, okay, I feel like I put something that I'm like really proud of, and like here we go. And it's just like, and I think it was down to what the flavor palette of the judges like felt with that day. And so yeah, I think part of me was like Mandy's just looked too good. And like if anything, like it was like the Mandy's was like more traditional cake. And so if they were like really wanting like traditional cake, then I think Mandy took it.
Yeah, I think I was feeling the same way from what I remember, that I was just one relieved that it was done.
Yes.
Um, I was too like spent like emotionally and energetically. And three, yeah, I was proud of what I had done, knowing that it wasn't like raw in the middle. So I was like, okay, as long as the cake was edible, I feel good about it. And then like whatever the outcome, I know that we both put our all into it. So it was only evident that Rich wasn't in the running because of the store-bought noodles during the judging, like that coming up. Because I remember when we were watching the judging
Yep.
too, there was a lot of debate between them about, with his definition, and like I think he did a good job of like backing up what he was making, and they really thoroughly considered it, and it was a good lasagna. So they were like, okay, like we're actually giving this a lot of consideration and weight. And then when Spence pointed out the store-bought noodles, I think that really like, okay, solidified he's not gonna get first. But otherwise, like I think he could have been a contender too if he had made the noodles, because they were big fans of the lasagna. Oh, also the fact that y'all didn't tell us that you had those little confetti poppers, and like we didn't see them get pulled
Oh,
out. So this is genuine fear when they
Yes.
go off.
Yes.
well, no. Do you remember what happened, Michael? Because you said you can't do this to me. Is that I pulled one out
Oh,
in
did I
front of
forget?
everybody, and I said, I don't know how this works. I think you pull it, and I tried pulling it. And I was like, do you turn it? And I turned it, and no one was paying attention except for you, and it popped, and everyone went, you know. And so there's already, if you could see the floor right now on this shot, there's already confetti everywhere.
That was like my fifth cry that day.
Oh. And the six was at the after party.
Yeah.
I think I'm the villain. Am I the villain? Am I? Is that me?
Finally.
Oh,
Y'all, I love it when people make fun of me. It's like one of my most. It's like how my Leo like shows up like in that way very specifically.
uh,
Oh,
God, we did
So
it, man.
sweet.
it's still so wild to like think back to be like that happened and like we did it.
It feels great to have it out there. I mean, like it's been really cool to have friends like text and be
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, like I'm rooting for you, or their
so
reactions to
cute.
each episode. It's really fun. And Emily didn't know who won, like because it wasn't in her voiceover script. She did the voiceover for every episode, but she didn't actually know the result.
Oh,
And so
that's
she
so
Oh,
texted me and she was like, I'm so proud of you. And
Oh,
I was like,
that's
wait, what?
crazy.
like being able to just show it to people now. Like I don't like
Hmm.
you don't have to just like say, "Hey, I did this thing." It's like, "Oh yeah, just pull it up," or like, "Oh, I'll send you this link," and like, there you go. So there's something really delightful about one getting to share in it with people, and then like they get like different levels of investment, and they have like different questions. They get curious about stuff, and so like it's just fun having something where you can like share like a part of your life with another person.
Hmm.
You got to advance all the way, right? You didn't have to bake back. You didn't have to do anything. You were the only two who got to go all the way through and experience this by continuously advancing, winning, being, having better bakes than everyone you were competing in. You never lost until the finale. Like, tell me about your journeys. Tell us about your journeys from episode, your first, shot to finale?
I feel like I mentioned before that, like I hadn't baked before this and outside of like, the box mixes that you get from the store. So I think the journey was just really cool for me. It was incredibly challenging. It taught me a lot about myself, and it also formed such beautiful friendships for me throughout the process. And it was, at a time where that was really key in my life to build that community. So like it's just such a unique experience, and like the timing of it was so perfect. I don't think I ever thought about like, oh, I was never eliminated, or never had to, like, I haven't thought about it in that way, because it was just like I was thrilled to be part of it and to keep doing it. And we would make jokes of like when you advance, you're like, oh, I have to go through this again.
Yes.
But like it was also so fun and thrilling to do it each time. And even though the dashes of spice were evil and at times like frightening, it was just
They weren't evil.
really
They were
such like,
creative.
but it was truly like one of my favorite memories from my life. Like it's such a great thing to look back on, and like to have this to relive it is really special.
I really identified as a cook and not a baker. Like if people were like I think I had at that point I could bust out a brownie recipe if I needed to, but it's like I really wasn't I didn't think that was possible for me. Like I didn't think like I could like ever like deal with like actually baking from scratch and like you know custards, like all this kind of stuff. So I think one, it was really cool to like get out of my comfort zone and get myself into a situation where I could had to force like trying to figure stuff out. And I think, and then also like the kitchen equipment manager, where it's like, well, now I have the stuff, so now I can like keep doing it. And even just like I couldn't imagine like not like watching like John Cannell on YouTube now, who like goes through and does like all these like different bakes, and then just like Rainbow Plant Life got really into her when I was like doing like vegan week. And so there's so many things that are in my just zeitgeist, and so many things that are in my day to day now that are because like I was in this competition. So I think about like my journey, it's like one, and also just looking back, I really think this was like one of the, okay, I'm gonna say this. This was like one of the periods where I went back and said, I think I need to get medicated. Like, and I was like the level of like anxiety like I was feeling, I was like, I don't know if that's normal, y'all. And so like I remember like after we'd done shooting this, like I went and like started like talking to like a therapist and psychiatry to go and see what it was, and was anyway. But that also like kind of kicked off like a journey of me then getting into that, and then meditation and trying to like just calm my thoughts a little bit more. So um I think there was something about about getting myself like into this environment that both like kind of unlocked a love of cooking, and then also like really made me think about like my mind, and made me think about like I wonder if there's a different way to live.
Wow, that's powerful.
So if not you, or maybe if not Rich, who would you have loved to see in the finale instead?
I think Reagan, she was really putting out some great stuff throughout her time, and obviously Spence. But I could also make an argument for Ian. Like I think that he was really creative with what he was bringing to the table, and I think you see him grow too. Yeah, I'd say any of those.
I don't know if I could miss out on the chance to watch Hannah Holla make a 5-layer cake.
Dang.
And I'd watch it back endlessly.
Hannah, great personality. Hannah wants a season two, and she wants to redeem herself. She wants to participate. And Katie, what did you tell her? You were
I
like,
said
no.
no.
Yeah.
I said love you, but
Oh my
not
gosh.
happening.
Yeah, so getting like the build up for it was also really cool. Like and like going to like the premiere, like that there was so much love that
Hmm.
day. Like
I, God, I loved that day. That
It was
was
just
so
fun
much.
to watch together.
That's what I loved. I loved, and I think that's what I kind of missed with the releases. And I wish I was like, it was so much fun to watch episode one and two with everybody who was in it together. And that was just like exhilarating. I sat at the top right corner because I wanted to watch everybody. because we'd seen it many times by that point, and so to see everyone have great reactions, I was like, "Ooh, thank goodness!" it was nice
Yeah.
to see everyone
Hear
watch
the
it and
reactions.
Hmm.
yeah, see the reactions, see what also remember a lot of things, like remembering all those things that had happened. We would rewatch the footage immediately. Like I was like, everyone upload your shit, and we're gonna watch it right now because I cannot wait to watch.
Do y'all also remember like after we were done filming and it would just be dishes and like pizza and like we're all sitting there just like exhausted, just like trying to like clean like y'all don't understand. Crowded dishwasher was a whole thing, and then getting that in. I'm like whole. I have a pizza slice like right here because I haven't eaten like in like 5 hours. And just like
Michael and I like didn't ever eat our lunches. And I
no,
remember
I
like
remember. Yeah.
especially in was it like the first episode that people were just like sitting eating their lunch while things were baking and Michael and I were like, how do people have time?
There's so many. There's just like you. We could have a whole Zoom about just like all the production things that
Mhm.
happened. The text communications between me, Katie, and Matt. Like we had our own text chain. He's like, I need this person now, or yeah, we're like, we can send them in 2 seconds. I promise.
Have has it come up like the tea about like when the bake back was supposed to happen and episode 5 and all of that?
No,
Has
it
that
really
been
didn't.
discussed?
No, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, because do you remember, Katie? I was sick. I got sick. And it was like a day before what would have been episode 5. And this was still like, it was, I guess, we were vaccinated, but it was still like COVID was still very prominent. So I was like, I don't know if it's COVID yet. I was like waiting for my test to turn up the results. And I remember texting Martin, and he was like, take care of yourself, get some rest, and like, I'm sorry, like you had a good run or something. Like he said something that was very much like, it was like a little
You're
vague, but it was
disqualified.
like, I was disqualified and I was so upset. Like I didn't realize that was gonna like take me out of the contest entirely. And not that I would have like gone still if I, and gotten
Yeah.
everyone sick, but it was just like such a shock. Like I didn't
Yeah.
expect that to be the result. I also texted Michael about it because we had had our weekly coffee
Hmm.
date like a day before I started feeling sick. And so I was like, hey, I just want to let you know that like keep an eye out like in case you're feeling sick. Like I hope it's all good. And that was before I heard back from Martin that I was disqualified. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then it didn't end up being COVID. So it was, it was just like a cold or something, thankfully. But yeah, I almost got kicked out of the contest, but because it would have been both Michael and I that couldn't go, then the date for episode 5 got moved. And that also ended up giving Rich more time because
Yeah.
the bake back
Right.
was going to be like they would have baked back and then immediately had to go into the episode 5 bake. But then they did the bake back, like y'all still filmed that like normal. And then there was more time before episode 5 was filmed. So I kind of changed everything
You changed the course of the
Wow.
unintentionally.
oven.
A lot. You
Yeah,
changed a lot of
yeah.
the aspects of this competition, Mandy.
I said, so does that mean that I'm the villain? Is it me?
But here, look at it. This is a set. So
Oh
we
my
reschedule
gosh.
date.
I cannot look at that, Martin.
Why?
Because it's too much.
I also have
I
your lunch orders on here.
oh
See,
gosh. We don't Madden
anyways,
things.
I'm hungry.
I
What are your last thoughts before we close out this Zoom?
I was gonna say, just thank you for creating this and like pulling us all in and making it happen because it's just now it's gonna forever be a very special thing for all of us. And it's really cool to have.
This is awesome. Just thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you guys for being a part of it. all you people, if you want a season two, we're gonna create a link, a GoFundMe, and we need some sponsorship because your girl's unemployed. We're older. We don't got money and time to be like giving out free, and we need sponsors and we need money. So if you want a season two, you better donate.
Absolutely. Or
Oh
give
yeah.
this to give someone buy this idea and keep us on
Or
staff.
yeah, somebody buy this from us and we'll gladly sell it for $1 trillion.
Yeah. Couldn't have asked for a better group of friends to do this with. Couldn't have asked for a better co-host to do this with, a better producing team, a better team of people working on this. I don't know. It was just the perfect combination of all the right things and making the perfect recipe. I think this is something that I'm just lucky that we got to do and got to do together. And again, feeling eternally lucky for all of the puzzle pieces that made this thing happen. So, and for all of you people watching, thank you. Like Katie said, give us money, we'll do another one. We promise. All right. Well, that's it on our commentaries, and that's it on
Our crowded oven.
yeah.
Two.
Thank you so much. Love y'all.
Love you.
Love y'all. Bye bye.